What's going on, Jerome's? Most of the NFC schedule is in the books. Only Dallas plays tomorrow night. They're probably going to lose to the Texans. So take a look at where the Vikings stand in the NFC currently as of right meow. Also, I'm glad that the Vikings beat the Titans, so I didn't have to eat this hat. But I had a good stir-fry recipe. Been doing a lot of stuff with the wok lately, which... Anyways, NFL writ large. So the Vikings at 8-2, currently in a logjam with the Bills, the Steelers, and the Eagles for the third best record in the National Football League. Actually, no, Bills are 9-2. I'm really good at reading. Anyways, Vikings are 8-2. Doesn't really matter. Lions 9-1. Chiefs 9-1. Bills 9-2. Whatever. Blah 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 blah. Also in the NFL. Thought we'd done better. All right, so NFC. So the Vikings are currently the 5 seed in the playoffs, so we'll get to that. But they're tied with the Eagles for the second best record in the conference, and of course it does go down to conference tiebreakers, conference record in that regard. Eagles at 5-2, Vikings at 3-2. Haven't played the bulk of their NFC schedule as of yet. Lions still up top at 9-1 for the division. To the wall. The Lions are 9-1. The stupid Vikings are 8-2. And it would be, well, not stupid, but I don't know. Sometimes this team is stupid. Sometimes they're awesome. And sometimes on the same day. Don't know. But the greasy, grimy Green Bay Packers just hanging around there at 7-3. Bears, you had one freaking job. How come you're so lackadaisical? Just like, 46-yarder outdoors. It's just a gimme. In the Windy City. Yeah, why would we ever bust our balls trying to get a little bit closer so that kick didn't have to come out with a flat trajectory? And also, hey, how come it's legal when the Packers contact the Bears long snapper when his head is down? All right? I thought there was a rule against that. Not enforced. Not saying, I'm just saying. Right? But the Vikings... So this is what's frustrating. This is what happens every year. They're like, divisions rise and fall, and the Vikings at 8-2 would be tied for the lead in the NFC least. They'd be running away with the NFC South and NFC West, but just sort of is what it is. And the Vikings need to stay in lockstep with the Lions. Lions got some tough games later on in the schedule, and also, hey, Bears one time. Well, not this week, but, in future. And also the Vikings play the Lions week 18. And if you look at I thought we were looking at the playoffs. Talk about playoffs. Oh, we are looking at the playoffs. And if the season ended right, meow, here's how the NFC playoff picture would line up. So you got the Lions with the 1 seed getting the bye at 9-1. I just can't wait for the Lions to be 1-done in the playoffs. So it's like, woo. Be so tasty. The 7 seed Commies would be on the road against Philly, just a rematch of what just went down. The 6 seed Packers would be on the road against the 3 seed Arizona Cardinals, who are on bye, and just moving on up to the east side. And then the Vikings would be the 5 seed on the road against the Falcons and their $5 hot dogs and no Chick-fil-A unless they play on Saturday. But of course the rematch between Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. And, of course, the Falcons play the Vikings coming up here in a couple weeks as well. But overall, it is what it is at this point. And even if the Vikings finish 14-3 and the Lions win the division, it's no factor, right? So it doesn't matter if the Vikings are 14-3. It doesn't matter if the Vikings are 9-8 and squeak in with a wild card. Doesn't matter. There's like you play who you play 1 week at a time, and you just go from there. And I understand that the wins against the Colts, Jaguars, and Titans have been less than impressive, but they're still wins, right? They still count the same, right? Would you rather go into Denver and lose 38-6 like Kirk Cousins and the Falcons, where Penix had cleanup duty? Is that what you want? Huh? Or can't even get to 38-7. And also, just think of the privilege that we have right now, where we came into the season with no or lowered expectations, and all of a sudden we're complaining that this team isn't winning by enough points or winning with enough style points. Vikings are 8-2 and take care of the Bears on the road, 9-2, 4-0 in November, and then the homestand: Cardinals, Falcons, Bears, Monday Night Football. Oh my! And you can rack up and stack up some wins. Are you really worried about the Seahawks team? No. Are you really worried about this Packers team at home? No. And they got Week 18 of the Lions. All right, so it is fun to take a glance at where things are currently at right now and where this team stacks up in the division and in the conference and in the league as a whole. It's just like, oh, it's great to see, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter until we actually get all up in there and just take care of business and be good to go. All right. But your thoughts are thoughts. Take a look at the NFC playoff picture as of right. Meow. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. You guys know what to do. Skull, production value.